Hi everyone. Pastor Del here. Today I want to talk on the 5 love languages. What are the 5 love languages? Today, then later on, I will look at scriptures relating to the 5 love languages. So, what are the 5 love languages? They are number 1, acts of service. Number 2, receiving gifts. Number 3, quality time. Number 4, words of affirmation. Number 5, physical touch. So these are the 5 ways that people feel loved. There was a great book written by Gary Chapman. Gary Chapman wrote on the 5 love languages. He looked at the various ways people feel loved, and he then categorized them into 5 love languages. So the first one is acts of service. Some people feel loved when you do things for them. Some spouses feel loved when you cook for them. Some husbands feel loved when the wife cooks for them. When the wife doesn't cook for them, they don't feel loved. They have to go out in the street and eat junk or eat someone else's food. So some wives also feel loved when the husband do things for them. They help to fix the house. They do things that would benefit them. Maybe something is broken in the house. They fix it. Some wives feel loved that way. But we have to be careful, because does your husband have that skill? Your love language is acts of service. You want him to fix things around the house. Fine. Does he have that skill? Number 2, receiving gifts. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So some people feel loved when they receive gifts. I accept there are gold diggers that use both men and women. A gold digger can be both a man and a woman. They use people to receive gifts. However, receiving gifts, it could be a thoughtful gift. It could even be a substantial gift. Like maybe you help someone pay their international school fees, or you buy a ring for someone, or a small piece of jewelry. Some people feel loved that way. Some people do not feel loved receiving gifts because they feel as though you're trying to buy them, or you're trying to use gifts to buy their love. So everyone is different. So for those planning marriages, before getting married, does the person feel loved when they receive a gift, or do they feel you're trying to buy them? Do they feel you're trying to manipulate them? The third love language is quality time. Quality time is good because people can fake most other love languages. They can buy a gift to pretend to you. Someone can buy a gift so that later on they can ask you for a favor. However, with quality time, it is difficult to pretend to spend a lot of time with someone you don't really like. So quality, some people can, but most people cannot spend a lot of time with someone they don't like. So quality time is one of the things to gauge whether or not the love is genuine. But some people feel love when you spend quality time with them, not just necessarily when you buy them a gift. They have money, they have clothes, they have jewelry, they don't need any of that. What they need is quality time, spending time together, talking, holding hands, going out, doing an enjoyable, mutually enjoyable activity together. Number 4, words of affirmation. Some people feel loved when they receive words of affirmation. Jesus told Peter, upon this rock I would build my church. So some people feel affirmed. When we study psychology, one of the needs of children is the need for affirmation. If people are not affirmed as children, when they grow old and become adults, they seek affirmation from others, and they might allow others to trample upon them just because they want affirmation. They were never affirmed. Some people were rejected. So they crave that affirmation as adults, and it can become unhealthy. It can become too much. For example, a man says, during the week I work hard. At weekends, I can tell my wife I love her and do things for her, but during the week I have a sales job, I need to work hard. She is not happy with that. She wants every 2 days, you need to tell her I love you. You need to tell her how much she's special. You need to affirm her. Why? She was never affirmed growing up. She never received words of affirmation whilst growing up. So even with that, in that case, the marriage can continue, but there's a need for therapy. There's a need for her to start affirming herself. So that is words of affirmation. Then there's physical touch. Some people feel loved when you touch them physically. Babies feel loved normally when you touch them. Even a hug from a parent communicates love to that child. So some people feel loved when they receive a touch on the shoulder, a hug, That's how some people receive love. Some people don't like it, but some people receive love. So receive love through physical touch. So we have to discuss our love languages. Before two people get married, what is your love language? Can the person meet your love language? For example, if your person's love language is gifts, they always want the person to be buying them gifts at the end of the month. Does the person have the finances to do that? Is the person comfortable always buying gifts? Maybe the person just wants quality time with you. They're not comfortable buying you gifts. Would you begin to resent the person? Would that lead to the end of the marriage? Also, remember, some people are manipulators. They could buy you a gift and pretend they love you, so later on they can ask you for a favor. Some people can do something for you. They could do an act of service for you, so then later on they ask you for a favor. It's not necessarily love, it's a way to manipulate. Some people can say nice things to you, so later on they could borrow money from you or get something from you. That is manipulation. That's not necessarily love. So we also have to look at words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are important to develop self-esteem in kids. Adults that never had self-esteem as children, they crave it and they can do almost anything to get it. So, can you handle the person's love language? Is the person's love language too much for you? If the person every day or every 2 days they want you to affirm them, is that too much for you? So I'm asking this to people in relationships and people thinking of getting married. Can you meet someone's love language? Would it be too much for you? So we have to consider all these things. Even with words of affirmation, some people struggle to give it. Why? Some people are selfish. Some people are self-centered. They always want others to praise them, but they never want to praise others or make others feel good or affirm others. So you have to look at the person's character. I will stop for now, but later on in another video, I will look at love languages and scriptures relating to love languages. Thank you for listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please follow, please repost. Thank you very much.